Hi everyone. We're going to make a color wheel today and mix the colors with what we learned in our previous lesson. Normally I would use a color wheel like this one or even this one, but I'm going to show you how to make one yourself. Something more similar to this one. So what I'm going to use is something to make a circle with, and I went to the kitchen. I thought maybe I could use some type of jar lid. What you want to do first, you can use a pencil to do this, and you want to put one at the top and one at the bottom. So I'm going to start here, and like I said, you can use a pencil and just trace a circle at the top and trace a circle at the bottom. Now I'm not sure how well the circles are showing up on video, so I'm going to take my Sharpie and go over my circles, and you can do this also. It'll look a little bit more professional. Actually, the paints will look a lot better if you do have a Sharpie outline, but it's totally up to you. Okay, and then I'm going to need to fit 2 here and 2 here. So I'm just going to kind of guess where it might be. I'm going to try to go out towards the edge as much as I can, so it looks somewhat like a circle or a wheel. The other one about right here. Doesn't have to be perfect. So 2 on this side, and then 2 on this side, maybe about where the others were. Okay, maybe about right there. Now this is going to help you out. You can take the Sharpie or use a pencil, but you want to keep up with what colors go where. So I know that I want to paint yellow at the top, and the purple is going to go at the bottom. Now notice, if you can see this one, they have a triangle connecting your 3 primaries. If you want to do that, you can. This just kind of keeps up with where everything's supposed to go. Okay. So, easy part first. I've got my 3 primary colors here, and you can use a lighter shade of blue. Sometimes I'll use magenta for the red. With the mixing, sometimes it looks better. I'm probably going to show you the difference in just a little bit, what it makes. Okay, so I've got my brush. I'm going to wet that a little bit, maybe blot it on the paper towel, and start with yellow, because I always tell the kids, your paintbrush is the cleanest it's ever going to be right now. So let's do our lightest color. So I'm just going to paint in the yellow. And you can pause the video and take as much time as you want. There we go. And of course we need to rinse between colors. And I tell the kids to scrub the brush at the bottom of the jar or the bowl. It releases all that color, and to check it on the paper towel to see if there's still yellow on it. Looks pretty clean. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint the other 2 colors. I'm going to make sure there's a little bit of water so it's not so thick. Okay, do red next. And pause the video if you'd like. If you want to paint together, that's fine. Now I'm rinsing. I don't know if you can see the jar, but something happened in my jar. Did you notice the color? Does anybody know what happened? I rinsed the yellow and then the red mixed in it to make orange. It's right there in between. Okay, now I'm going to take the blue. This is a really dark blue. If you want to just touch just a little bit of water there, you can blend that out and make it look a little bit lighter. I'm just touching the tip of it in the water and spreading that out. It's really dark. A little touch of water. You can get more paint or you can just get more water. Now normally I would have used a thicker piece of paper. This is copier paper. It's going to be fine. Okay, now I'm rinsing again. And I've formed another color. Looks kind of like green, doesn't it? Because the blue interacted with the yellow and made it look kind of a greenish brown. Brown is actually made from all three colors, just to give you a quick heads up. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can mix it on your mixing plate. Some of us like to just use a paper plate to put our colors in, or an art palette, or you can mix it right on the paper. Okay, I'm going to show you both ways. Okay, I'm going to take some yellow, maybe 2 little scoops of yellow, and kind of wipe most of it off the brush so I'm not wasting it. Rinse. Test it on your paper towel, looks good. I would take 1 little touch of red and stir that in. There you go. That looks nice. Okay, you just don't rinse it, just take it straight over to where it says orange and paint your circle orange. I love that. Now, if it didn't come out exactly like you wanted, if it looks like red, then you know that you've used too much red. You could always go back and add more yellow. It's going to take longer. Or if you didn't think it was quite orange enough, touch a little bit of red. Takes a little bit of practice. Now for the green, I'm going to show you how you can just mix it right onto the paper. So I'm going to scrub that really good at the bottom of the jar. Let's see if we have anything. Nope, my paper towel's clean. All right, I'm going to take the yellow and paint it on the green circle. And I'm going to put a lot, because remember how strong the blue is? So my green circle is yellow first. You can pause the video if you need to. Now I'm putting a little extra. There we go. Where it looks really thick. Really nice and thick. And now I'm just kind of blotting it because I hate wasting paint. There. Kind of blotting it around where it's not too much left. So I'm rinsing it really good. Let's see if I have any yellow left. It's a little tiny bit. Now I'm going to go into the blue and just do a little touch. See how that is? Very little touch. Let's see what happens. Whoa. Now if I mix that around, that was a little speck of blue. But you see what's happening, right? That's probably all I'm going to need. Mix that around. And see, you can just do it right on the paper. Now, it turned out a lot lighter than I suspected. I'm happy with it. But what if I wanted it a little bit darker? Okay. I really don't want to mess up my blue. So I'm going to rinse it. Looks pretty clean there. Another little touch of blue. And see, I can darken the green. Whoa, look at that. That's darker. So you can achieve any kind of green you want by how much you put it in, how much you put in there. That's darker. Okay, I like that. Rinse, lots of rinsing. Now the last one, remember how strong the blue is? The blue is really strong. So I'm going to start with red. Now I could do it in the palette. Let's do it in the palette this time since purple's kind of hard. I'm going to put 2 big scoops of red and kind of twirl it around. I hate wasting paint. Here, rinse it. And a little touch of blue. Let's see what happens. Did anything happen? Nothing really. Wipe it off. Maybe we need to do more. Did you notice what's happening with my water? It's not green anymore. Looking a little more like brown. Think about that for a minute. Why is it turning brown? All 3 of these colors are going together. And what did I tell you would happen? Okay, I got a lot more blue this time. Let's see, okay. Now, that looks like a burgundy. Let's just see how that looks. That's burgundy. It's a type of purple. Actually, I do like that color to wear, but it doesn't look good on the color wheel. I can fix it, so I'm gonna rinse it. Ooh, I really have brown now. Look at that. Really have brown water. Okay. I need some blue. I didn't think blue would be so strong. Whoa. Okay. I think I have black. Look at that. Whoa. I think I have black. That is a dark purple. Now, if I was to paint with it, looks like purple. Now, here comes the little secret. If I use magenta instead of that red, some of you are like, what's magenta? It's just dark pink. And I use a little bit of this lighter blue. Let's see what kind of purple I'm going to get this time. Stirring together. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh my goodness. That is purple. See the difference? This is black. So I could let that dry, or it might be dry enough to cover it up. There we go. That's purple. It's still red and blue, but it's the lighter. It's what we call cyan and magenta. They work better. They're actually going to get you a brighter orange and a brighter green. And if I rinse my brush, not only have I made the secondary colors, but I have successfully made a neutral color, which is brown. Our neutral colors are black, brown, white, and can you guess the last one? If you mix black and white together, think about that. That's going to be a question that I want to ask you later. What does black and white make when you mix them together? That's your fourth neutral color. So tune in next time. We're going to do more color mixing with different types of materials. Thank you so much.